Okay, so he was number 1 on the docket. Number 2 is Tristan Aragon. He's on page 4 at the bottom, toward the bottom.
Is for all the pages we've got today?
Yes. Trying to make these dockets a little smaller so we don't get so crazy.
He's
Okay,
now number 1.
Tristan Aragon.
Well, Matthew Vasquez was number 1, but we already did him. So I have Tristan
Is number 2.
Aragon is number 2.
Okay.
And then we have Chris Brazil on page 1 in the middle. And then I have Bobby Price on page 3.
Brazil's number 3.
Brazil's number 3. Bobby Price is number 4. He's on page 3 toward the middle. Then we have Lakeisha Williams. She's on the top of page 1. She's number 5. Then we have Fernando Reyes on page 3 toward the bottom. He's going to be number 6.
Fernando Reyes, okay,
Yeah, it's a longer name than that. But
got
that's
it.
what he's going by is Fernando Reyes. Courtney Harrison is on the top of page 2, and she's number 7.
Okay,
Okay. David Bonds is on page 1 in the middle, ish, toward the bottom.
number 8.
He's number 8. And then we have I don't know that person. It's the one ending in 358, but I don't have his name. So I just put him as number 8 and hopefully he'll find him at his name. He's the one that
Well, that would be number 9, right?
is number 9.
Okay, that's
Who?
the one ending in
The
358.
phone number ending 358 on the screen, I can't get them to unmute themselves and give me their name, so I don't know who they are. So I just have them on here as number 8. Hopefully they'll figure that out before we get to them. If not, we'll just have to pass them up because we don't know who they are.
They would be number 9, right?
Yes, they'll be number 9, and you can
Okay.
just put number 358 in there, you know. I don't know what to do with them. And then number 10 is
Can't hear you.
you can't hear me? How about now?
Okay.
I can't turn my head. Okay, so Karen Rodriguez is on the bottom of page 2, and she is number 10. Then we have Theron Kelly on page 2 in the middle. He's number 11.
Okay,
Then we have Oscar Hernandez. He is on page 2 toward the bottom. And he's number 12.
okay,
Then we have that other one, number 691, and he's number 13, but we don't know the name. Then we have Thomas Kyle Lissy on the bottom of page 4, and he's number 14.
okay. Is that it?
That's it so far.
Okay, very good. Well, let's get started.
Okay.
First of all, welcome to the city of China Grove. This is the court docket of October the 28th, 2020. I'd just like to inform everyone that we are live streaming on YouTube. For the individuals that are joining us on YouTube, these are legal proceedings, so there is no recording of these proceedings. For the individuals that are either on video or on audio on today's docket, once again, this is a legal proceeding, so we do not record it. Now, since we are on YouTube, please do not give us any personal information such as driver's license number, social security number, addresses. If we need some information, we'll get that from you. For example, if we need to make sure what your address is, we might just go ahead and read out the name of the street And then if you'll confirm whether you live on that street or not. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Clarissa, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and call the docket for those individuals that are not here.
Yes, sir. And I do have a few, Judge, that have taken care of their citations prior to court beginning this morning.
Okay,
On page 3, in the middle, we have Jamie Rodriguez is on a payment plan.
okay,
Further down toward the bottom, Darren St. John has signed up for driving safety course.
Darren St. John, okay,
On the next page, page 4, about the middle of the page, we have Eduardo Garcia Ocampo.
okay,
He got a compliance dismissal on the illegal window tint and paid the violate DL restriction.
okay,
And then below that, we have Mercedalia Garcia Ocampo right below him, and she's on a payment plan.
okay,
And
great,
then, I'm sorry, one more. Toward the bottom, we have Tatiana Wilson. She reset her court case.
okay. Okay, got him. Okay, well, let me call those individuals that have not appeared. If these are individuals that have received, this is their first court setting on Zoom, we will issue a pre-warrant arrest notice. If any of these individuals have missed their first court date, that'll be an actual warrant for their arrest. So let's go ahead and start off on page 1. I show Andre Watson as a no-show, and he has 5, 6, 7 citations. Then we have Frank Limon as a no-show. Going to page 2, Diamond Crystal Moreno as a no-show. Xavier Joseph Pytel as a no-show. Juan Garcia has 3 citations as a no-show. Then we'll jump down to Jonan Charles Casablanca as a no-show. Then that takes us to page 3. Luis David Garcia has 3 citations, no-show. Janelle Ann Garcia has 2 citations as a no-show. Jason G. Martinez has 3 citations as a no-show. We'll drop down to Jacob Allen Bigler, 4 citations as a no-show. Sarah Jean Rodriguez as a no-show. Daniel Joseph Nichols Jr. as a no-show. And that takes us to page 4. Lee Allen Johnson has 4 citations, no-show. Michael Lamont Stevens as a no-show. John Cruz as a no-show. Drop down to Daniel Muniz as a no-show. Then Dean Allen McCowan as a no-show. Eimer Abraham Gomez, 2 citations as a no-show. And then finally, Charles Ray Strimple as a no-show. Did I get them all, Clarissa?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Just a few instructions before we start actually calling the cases. First of all, when we call your case up, I'm going to read the charges that are filed against you, and what I would need from you would be a plea. Your 3 pleas that you need to be concerned with is 1, your plea of guilty, where you admit the charges filed against you. Your plea of not guilty, where you deny the charges filed against you, or your plea of no contest, where you neither admit it nor deny it. You just want to take care of the business before the court and move on. For our purposes here today, there really is no difference between the no contest plea. The only time that you'll really see it come into play is, let's say, for example, you're cited for running a red light and you come to court and you plead guilty.
Oh, he's done. He's off.
Hello?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Oh,
We got our 2 people that we couldn't get to
Hello?
join us actually
Okay.
just unmuted their phones.
Okay, let's go ahead and
Okay, if you're calling from phone number ending in 358, what is your name? Is this you, Mr. Johnson?
Lee Allen Johnson, yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir, I'm going to go ahead and get you
Hello?
logged in. I hear you, sir. I'll get you logged in. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and just stand
Oh,
by.
yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
The judge is talking to everybody right now, so just stand by for a moment, okay? We got you logged in now, though. If you're calling from number.
Oh, yes,
ending-
ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. If
Okay,
you're calling
thank
from,
you.
if you're calling from a
Three-
number ending,
356 358
yes, sir, I know you. I've got you.
358.
I hear you, sir, but I'm trying to get somebody else right now, so just one moment.
Okay,
If your phone number ends in 691, what
Okay.
is your name?
okay. My name is Juan Garcia.
Hi, Mr. Garcia. Okay, we finally got you. We'll get you logged in.
Yeah, I
We got
know.
you
I
in
was
the-
trying to get a hold, but then I snapped on the unpounded thing. 'Cause tell her not to
Okay.
pull the warrant. I'm right here.
Okay, and we have you in the order you called in on. We didn't pass you up, so
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
good to go, okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Now, do I
thank you,
keep it like
Judge.
this or do I mute it back out?
If you can mute yourself, it would be great, because there's a lot of background noise when you don't. So
Right,
it's-
correct.
It's hard for them.
Okay,
to
I'll
hear
hit the
you.
mute button and then do I have to do this? Okay, when you're coming back, do I have to unmute it?
Yeah, when the judge is ready
Correct.
for you, when you hear us talking to you, you'll unmute it, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
When we address you personally, okay?
Okay, Clarissa, so
Thank you,
I have Mr. Johnson as number 9 and Mr. Garcia as number 13.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, let's go back where I left off. Okay, so let's say that you're cited for running a red light and you have an accident. Well, if you come to court and you plead guilty on running the red light, that plea can be used against you in a civil action. Whereas if you plead no contest, they wouldn't be able to use that against you. Like I said, but for our purposes here, there really is no difference between the two. Now, if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, there are certain rights that you're giving up, and I want to go over those rights at this time. First of all, you have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything that would incriminate you. It is up to the state of Texas to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. So if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest, you're waiving that right. You also have a right to plead not guilty, and you can request a trial in front of a judge or a jury. Pleading guilty or no contest, you're waiving that right. You also have the right to bring in witnesses to testify on your behalf with regard to the citation, and you have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses with regard to the citation. Once again, these are equal rights that are in the Constitution. Pleading guilty or no contest, you are giving up those rights. Okay, now, if you enter a plea of not guilty and you want a trial in front of the court, in other words, not a jury, we will put your case on a non-jury docket at a later time. And on that particular day that we assign you, you'll have your trial, okay? Now, if you enter a plea of not guilty and you want a jury trial, you will be required to make 2 appearances. The first appearance is a pretrial conference, and that kind of addresses any legal issues that need to be addressed before the actual trial. The second setting is the actual trial itself, and that's what we bring in from the city of China Grove to sit in judgment. It's extremely important that you show up all your settings, especially your trial setting, because if you do not, ask the city to set that up, that cost may be passed on to you regardless of the outcome of the case. Okay, so just be aware. Now, let me go through the docket, see here. Okay, we do have some individuals that are under the age of 25. For those individuals, if you're under the age of 25, if you want your case dismissed, you will be required to take a defensive driving class. Now, with regard to a commercial driver's license, Clarissa, I do not show anybody with a CDL, so I'm going to go ahead and with that. Okay, now for everyone else, there's 2 ways to get a ticket dismissed. One, which is your less expensive way, is to take a defensive driving class. In that situation, if you qualify, you pay the court cost only. You get to select whatever school you want to attend, if you want to do it in person or online. I don't know if they're doing it in person nowadays, but at the very least online. Whatever those school charge, you have to pay that cost. And then, of course, you have to request a copy of your driving record. You turn in those documents at the end of the 90-day period. And then if you're in compliance, then the case gets dismissed. If you're not interested in taking a defensive driving class, but you still want to try to get your case dismissed, we have what's known as deferred disposition, and that's just nothing more than probation. Now, deferred disposition is discretionary with the court. I can grant it, or I don't have to grant it if I don't want to. However, if I do, I will be placing you on probation for no more than 180 days. You will be required to pay a special expense fee. And as long as you don't receive a similar violation and you've paid up all your fees, then that case gets dismissed. Once again, any case that is dismissed will not be reported to the Department of Public Safety. Now, for those individuals that want to just come in and pay their fine, but you don't have the money, let me know, and we'll do what's known as a time pay. And what that basically means is this: we will give you 30 days to pay the fine or fines. If you pay your fine or fine, well, then you've satisfied your obligation. However, if you go beyond the 30 days, you're going to be put on a time payment plan with a minimum monthly payment of $50 a month until it's paid off. However, the state of Texas mandates a time payment fee of $15, which will be added on to the fine or whatever amount you have to pay. I do not have the authority to reduce it, waive it, ignore it, or do anything that will automatically be assessed. Okay, just a couple of more instructions. Now, for those individuals that are here on the docket today, whether you're in video or by phone or just audio, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand and I'm going to swear you in. And then as we go through the people that are on video, I'm going to go ahead and take your acknowledgement that you took it. And what I'd like you to do is just give me a thumbs up showing that you acknowledge taking the oath. Okay, first one, Courtney Harris. Well, let me just do the oath. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Courtney Harrison, do you acknowledge taking the oath? Thank you, ma'am. David Bonds, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Fernando Reyes, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Okay, can you give me a thumbs up? Very good, thank you. Michael Kelly, do you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's actually there, and I can change that.
Kristen Areguin, you acknowledge taking the oath, sir? Thank you. Okay, for the rest of y'all, I'll go ahead and take your acknowledgement when we call your case. Okay, now, final instruction. The state of Texas is represented by the prosecutor by the name of John Meade. For those individuals that have 3 or more citations, or if you enter a plea of not guilty, I'm going to ask you to visit with Mr. Meade today in a breakout room to try to work something out. The intent is to hopefully reach some type of an agreement that would create a win-win situation for everyone. If you can't reach an agreement, that's fine. We'll bring you back into the court and we'll set you down for trial or whatever needs to be done. Okay, Clarissa, I think with that, we're ready to go. Let's say number 2.
Yeah, they only have 2 violations.
Okay, where is number 2?
Page 4 toward the bottom. And I have the first one that has 3 violations is Christopher Brazil. Would you like me to send him to a breakout room with John Meade
Yes.
while you address the other one? Okay.
Now, what's the number 2, Clarissa?
Number 2 is Tristan Areguin.
And what pages?
Page 4 toward the bottom.
Okay, got him. Okay, very good. Yeah, let's go ahead and send Mr. Meade and Mr. Brazil into a breakout room. Mr. Brazil, just stand by. They're going to put you in a breakout room so you can talk to Mr. Meade.
And
Okay.
please unmute yourself when you go in there, okay, so he can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Is it Areguin? Okay, can you unmute yourself, sir? There you go.
Yes, sir.
Is it Areguin?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Areguin, you have 2 citations. One is for a speeding. It's alleged you were doing 81 in a 60. and you're under the age of 25. To that charge, sir, how do you plead?
I wanted to do no contest, but I wanted to see if I was able to get on probation for it.
Okay, well, the answer is yes, but the problem is since you're under the age of 25, you would still have to take the defensive driving class. So that would wind up costing you more. You say, you know, you wind up paying less if you do the straight defensive driving.
Okay. If I previously done the defensive driving, would that come into it?
Depends. Was it within the last 12 months?
I believe so.
Can you give me an idea as to how far back?
I believe it was around, I want to say last December.
Okay, so about 10 months ago?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can go ahead and certainly consider that. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Let me
And
ask
then-
you 4 questions. Okay, do you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Are you covered by insurance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and would you be able to pay the court cost of $144 today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grant your request for defensive driving. Now, you also have a second violation, which is wrong, fictitious, or altered or obscured license plates. How do you plead to that charge, sir?
I wanted to do the same no contest
Contest?
because I'm not 100% sure about this, but I bought this license plate cover at O'Reilly's and I had no clue of it being illegal. And I've got pulled over. The cops never gave me a problem with it. And then when I got pulled over this last time, he said that he couldn't see it up to 50 feet. So it was illegal. And I was like, I could take it off right away. And he said, just take it off when I'm home and not to be driving with it on. I took it instantly off. This is it.
Okay, all right. Now, was that in the front and the back?
No, so it was just the back.
Just the back, okay. So the front license plate was
Just
was
plain.
not- Okay, great. Now, let me see that plate again. Okay, very good. All right. Okay, what I'm gonna do, sir, is I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss that charge showing that you're in compliance.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and waive any type of dismissal fee. Okay, Mr. Arguin. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna put you in a, excuse me, I'm sorry. Clarissa, do we want him to call in or put him in a break room?
Yes, he will need to call in. I can give you a phone number for you to call in to pay that $144 for the driving
Okay.
safety course that you need to pay for the court cost here today. It
Clarissa,
is
let's
two.
give it to everyone, so that way they can write it down.
Okay, can everybody get a pen and paper so y'all can write this number down? It's our court office number. There's actually going to be 2 numbers. I'm going to give you one for a court cell phone number. If you cannot, for any reason, get a hold of us at the court office number, try the court cell number. So the office number
Okay.
is 210-648-4923. That's 210-648-4923. And the cell phone number, if you can't get a hold of us at the court number, it's 210-837-3704. Let me give it to you one more time. It's 210-837-3704. And if anybody didn't have a pen at this time, we'll give it to you. Just let us know before you hang up. We'll be glad to give it to you again, okay?
Okay, Mr. Arguin, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir, but just make sure you call one of those numbers today.
Okay. Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Very good. Okay, so you can go ahead and log off.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Clarissa, it looks like number 3 is with Mr. Mead. That's Mr.
Yeah, I think they're back. So let me close that room.
Okay,
And that is Christopher Brazil. And
yes.
he is on page 1.
Okay, Mr. Mead, if you can unmute yourself, sir. There we
Mr. Brazil, there he is. Okay.
Okay. All right, Mr. Mead, were you able to reach an agreement?
Yes, Mr. Brazil, if you can unmute yourself. Okay. Yeah, we reached an agreement. This is one that we've been putting off for a long time, Judge, to get a driver's license and get insurance. You gave him his final reset last time, so we're just gonna go ahead and do a different disposition than we would have if he'd gotten his driver's license and insurance. So we're gonna, here's what the agreement is. 60 days deferred
On which violation?
on the moving violation, the fair to.
Okay,
So we have, for the fail to drive in a single lane,
Right.
what are we doing, 60 days deferred?
60 days deferred, 225. He can pay the court cost tomorrow, and with court's permission, we can give him time to pay the balance of the deferred fee. On the insurance, he doesn't have any insurance, so he's going to plead no contest and just pay the fine. He will need time to pay.
okay, and that's a fine of 266.
266.
on
And
the-
then then I'm going to take into consideration the driver's license, and because with the court's permission, because he did get his temporary license, and he's heading towards getting his license.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Brazil, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, before we go further, do you acknowledge taking the oath that I administered earlier?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you, sir. Okay, and do you agree with what Mr. Mead represented to the court as being part of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. Okay, Mr. Brazil, to the charge of failed to drive in a single lane, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, all right, I'm going to go ahead and accept your plea of no contest. I'm going to go ahead and place you on deferred disposition for
Thank
60
you.
days. Assess a special expense fee of $225. You will pay the court cost of $119.10 tomorrow, and then we're going to give you the 60 days to pay the balance.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right, now with regard to the failed to maintain insurance, how do you plead?
No contest.
No contest, okay, and it's my understanding you just want to go ahead, that you do not have insurance and you just want to pay the fine of $266 on a time pay, is that correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, I'm going to go ahead and order that. Now, with regard to the driving while license invalid or suspended, the state is taking that into consideration, so that charge will be dismissed.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Mr. Brazil, if you can get something to write with, because I know that you were in conference with Mr. Mead, they're going to give you 2 phone numbers. Now, tomorrow, you need to call one of those 2 numbers and pay the court cost, all right?
Yes, sir. When we were discussing it, I was under the impression that the court cost was $75.
Yeah, I got that wrong, Your Honor. I was looking at the fine.
Okay.
It's
well,
109.
okay, is that, what is that gonna do?
Is that going to make any difference to you, Mr. Brazil?
Yes, sir.
You can't pay the 119.10 tomorrow?
Yeah, I was the 75. Even the 75 was kind of pushing for me because this check is for rent, so I'm kind of short on my funds already.
All right, I'm sorry. That was me reading the wrong column, Judge. So I don't know what to do. I guess we could approve his
Why
deferred
don't
and let
we
him.
go ahead and give him 30 days to pay the court cost?
That
Mr.
would be
Brazil,
fine.
Would that
I
help?
think-
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I think
Okay.
to do that, we might need to push the deferred out to 90 days so he'll have more time to pay the rest.
Is that agreeable, Mr. Brazil, or do you want to keep it at 60 days?
That absolutely worked. Thank you.
What will work, 90 days?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that to 90 days, gives you a little more time to pay the balance.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Now, Clarissa, you want to give him the phone number?
I will give you the phone number, sir. I'm going to be mailing you a 30-day extension to pay this and the time payment plan form. So you don't need to call yet, and our phone number will be on there.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me make sure though, are you still in apartment number 222? I'm sorry, 221?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's the address I'm going to mail your forms to. our phone number that you need to call to pay these court costs within that 30 days and the 30-day date that you need to call by will all be on that form.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, we need to put Mr. Bobby Charles Price with Mr.
Yes,
Mead
sir.
in the breakout room.
Okay, he is on page 3, Mr. Mead. In the middle, Bobby Price.
I'm sorry. Can I leave now, or do I stay here? Or?
Yes,
Yes,
well, you
sir.
can leave, Mr. Brazil. Thank you, sir.
And Mr.
All
Price.
right,
there
thank you.
again,
I am here.
And page what?
Okay,
4.
Mr. Price is on page 3 in the middle.
Okay. All right.
And then the next one is going to be Lakeisha Williams, who also has 3, Judge.
Yes.
So, looks like we're headed to Fernando
Be Fernando Reyes Torres on page
Reyes.
3.
Page 3.
Yes.
Mr.
Okay.
Torres, can you make sure you're unmuted? Mr. Reyes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, now, okay, I see Mr. Reyes. Okay, Fernando Reyes. Okay, Mr. Reyes, you have a charge of speeding and it's alleged you were doing 67 and a 50. To that charge, sir, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, and what did you want to do with your citation, sir?
I would like to get the probation.
You want to do the probation? Okay. All right, let me ask you a question. Tell me a little bit about your driving record. How is it?
I haven't got a ticket in a while, probably about 2 years, maybe 2,
Okay.
3.
Okay. All right. Okay, I certainly would consider the deferred. Now you're doing 17 miles over the speed limit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and assess it at 275 for 90 days. No similar violations.
Okay.
All right, sir. Would you be able to pay that today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, did you write down one of those 2 numbers that Clarissa gave earlier?
I wasn't able to get it. Can you
Okay.
repeat?
Sure. Judge, real quick, let me clarify. How many days deferred was it?
90,
90 at 275.
correct, and no
And he
similar.
pled no contest. Okay, so the numbers are 210-648-4923. And the other one is 210-837-3704. Mr. Reyes, if you could call that here shortly, that would be great. So they can take your payment before they close, okay?
So the first one is 210-648-4923.
Yes, sir.
And by when? By what time do y'all close?
By 3. You need to try and call by 3, okay?
Okay. And so then I'm just gonna be on 90-day probation, right? So it could be
Yes,
this.
sir. As long as you don't pick up any similar violations in China Grove, then it'll be dismissed by itself.
Okay, sir. Sounds good.
Do you have any other questions, Mr. Reyes?
No, that's it.
Okay, sir. Well, thank you so much for appearing today.
Okay, I could log off.
Yes, you can log off now.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Judge Courtney Harrison also has 3 violations.
Okay,
So if you want to skip ahead to number 8, on page 1, about David Bonds.
yeah.
David Bonds was community service. It was due June 2nd. He was unable to complete it due to the pandemic, and he wanted to talk to you. This is his show cause hearing for
Okay.
the
All right.
community service.
Let's see, Mr. Bond. Okay, sir. Let's see. How many hours total, Clarissa?
Let me look that up real quick here. Paperwork on here. It looks like a total of 20 hours.
Total?
Yes, a total of, oh no, I'm sorry. He had 20 hours on the wrong, fictitious, altered, or obscured plate. He had 24 hours on the possession. He had 20 hours on the open container and 20 hours on the public intoxication.
So it looked like a total of 84 hours. Okay, Mr. Bond, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Bond, have you been able to do any hours?
No, no one is accepting, no one, they not letting you do no community service. I went to
No community
Goodwill,
service.
I went to a couple of churches, tried to help pass out the food. They wouldn't take me.
It wouldn't take you.
They said they already had the volunteers and they only allowed so much with the distance.
Okay. Did
So
you
I
try
just
any
didn't want to
other-
violate. That's why I contacted the courts to let them know that I was supposed to be completed by June.
Right,
But it started in March and I never got to go nowhere to start.
okay. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of any place that would have some community service for you? I don't have a problem extending the time.
No, see, I have lung cancer. I have lung cancer and throat cancer.
Okay,
And and I explained it to them. And they said, whether I had it or not, I would be wearing a mask, but no one accept me. I called the main food bank off of I-90 to see if I could do any kind of pick up trash, any kind of little, where I would be isolated. They didn't have nothing for me.
okay. Let me ask you this, sir. I take it you're not employed, is that correct?
I'm disabled. I'm
Disabled,
disabled. I have
okay.
cancer back surgery. Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and send Mr. Bonds a financial packet.
Okay,
Mr. Bonds,
I fill out one of those for community service.
okay, well, this is one for indigency for the purpose of having the fine suspended.
Okay, then.
Okay, now, what you're gonna receive is what amounts to is kind of like a profit and loss statement. It sets all your income, all your expenditures. But
I
you
don't
have-
get but one check a month, and that's
Okay.
from SSI.
Okay, well, what I want you to do is send me a copy of the amount that you're being paid. And if you can make me a list of your expenses that you have to pay. But
I
if you-
live with my son, and I don't pay anything. I live with my
You don't
son
pay
and my daughter-in-law. No, ma'am.
Okay.
See, if I would pay them rent, they would went up on my check, but my son won't accept. They won't see, because I'm fighting cancer, so they won't even charge me nothing. So all
Okay,
I get is, right now, all I'm getting from the government is about $600 a month, and I think I get $51 food stamps.
okay, let's do this. I need for you to send me just some documentation showing how much is coming in, okay?
You want me to
do-
fax it?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They had a fax number on my court docket. Well, I had to fax some papers back to y'all.
Yes,
If she give me the fax number, I could send a copy of my award letter where it shows what I get.
okay, Clarissa, why don't we give him our fax number so he can send that to us?
Mr. Bonds, do you have a pen handy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it's 210-648-6713.
Yes, ma'am. 6713.
Yes, sir.
I'll send that to you today.
Okay,
Very
now
good.
one other thing, Mr. Bonds, we're still gonna send you that form that I need for you to sign and date. Just confirming that that's all the income that you have,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, with that, sir, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you.
Judge,
Good.
how do you want to handle, once I get that information from him? Would you like me to forward it to you? Do you need him to come back to court?
No,
How do you want?
well, what we're gonna do is, Clarissa, we're gonna send him the verification.
Yes, sir.
She's gonna sign that, send that back with his income, his award.
Okay,
And then you're gonna forward that to me,
okay,
and I'll look at it, and it may not be necessary to even put him back on the docket.
okay. So, Mr. Bonds can, make sure that we have good contact information for you so I can inform you of the judge's, ruling.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Kestlake still a good address?
Yes, ma'am. 2915.
Okay, that's where we'll send it then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good.
Okay, Mr. Bond, well, thank you so much for appearing, sir. Unless you have any other questions, you can log off.
No, sir. Okay, I don't know. I gotta get someone to log off. I gotta get my daughter log. I don't know how to log off, but I can get you logged off.
I'm sure there's a button there you can hit.
Yes, they'll show me. All right, thank you.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
sir. Okay, we have Mr. Mead back. Let me close that room.
Excuse me, Mary, could you log me off? Could you log me off? Can you log me off? Just log me off. I gotta go find that. Need you to fax it.
Okay, Mr. Mead, you were visiting with Bobby Charles Price. Mr. Mead, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Mr. Price, are you unmuted as well?
Mr. Price is not here yet.
Oh, well, he should be. I hope he didn't hang up.
Well, me too. Yeah, me too.
I don't see him on here at all anymore. He might have to call back. Whoa. No. Not real sure what happened there. He's, maybe he chose to end the call instead of Mr. Price, Bobby Price. No, he's not on here.
That happens pretty good bit.
Yeah, the breakout room's closed. There's nobody in there. So it looks like he disconnected himself.
Well, Mr. Mead, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
Yeah, we were.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and give me the terms of the agreement? And if he calls back, we'll just have Clarissa confirm it.
Got four. Well, then you're gonna need him for part of it, Judge. The only thing we worked out was the speeding. I'm recommending 60 days deferred for $240. The insurance, recommended 6 months deferred, $400, condition maintain insurance during the period of probation.
It was how much, John? 300?
400.
400. Okay.
Now, he got 2 possession of drug paraphernalia, one on the 1st of September and one on the 14th of July. And Mr. Price told me he wanted to plead not guilty to both of those charges and set them for trial. But he's not here to tell you that. And I think he's the one that needs to tell you that.
Right, exactly. But I also need to find out what type of a trial he wants. Okay, Clarissa, so why don't we do this, Clarissa? Let's go ahead and make those notations on the jacket. When he calls in, go ahead and take his plea of not guilty.
Okay.
Let's find out what type of a trial that he wants. Jury or non-jury.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right. Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Mead. Let's see.
We have to send Lakeisha in with him.
Did you get my recommendations on the insurance and the speeding on?
Yeah, I've got, on the insurance, I have 6 months at $400 deferred.
Yeah.
Maintain insurance for the 6 months. And then I have 60 days deferred, $240 on the speeding.
Correct.
And is he paying all that or did he need time, did he say?
He's probably gonna need time to pay. He can pay the court costs fairly soon, but he's gonna need the full term of probation to pay the rest of it, probably.
Okay, should I reset for 30 days in order for him to pay the court costs, Judge?
Yes.
That might be a good idea, yeah.
And then full term to pay the rest. Okay. Okay. Okay, John, I'm going to send Lakeisha Williams in with you. She's on page 1 at the top.
Page what?
Lakeisha, page 1 at the
Okay.
top. Lakeisha, can you please unmute yourself? You're going to go in the breakout room real quick.
Yes.
Judge Bobby Price is trying to come back in, so I'll let him give you his plea real quick.
All right.
Get him back in.
Want me to wait? Judge? No.
Oh, whoops, I already sent you, John. You want me to close it?
No, I'll go. I'll go.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Price. Welcome back.
Hello,
Can
sorry,
you,
my phone had
okay.
died. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Okay.
Mr. Price, while you were away, I asked Mr. Mead if y'all were able to reach an agreement, and he indicated to me that y'all had a partial agreement. And tell me if this is your understanding. With regard to the speeding ticket, he is saying that y'all agreed to be placed on probation for 60 days with a deferred fee of $240. No similar violations within that 60-day period. With
Yes.
regard to the insurance ticket, he is recommending probation with a special expense fee of $400 plus 6 months of insurance. In other words, you have to maintain insurance for 6 months.
But yeah, but I have insurance on my vehicle now though.
Well, yes, but you're going to have to maintain it for the next 6 months.
So y'all won't. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And then he says that you were going to enter a plea of not guilty to the charge of possession of drug paraphernalia, and there's
Yes.
2 separate offenses.
Yes.
Okay. Now, with regard to your not guilty pleas, did you want a trial in front of a judge or a jury?
Can I get a reset date to talk to my lawyer and see what she tells me?
Okay. Okay. So, Clarissa, let's go ahead and reset it for 30 days. But go ahead and make a notation that he's entering a plea of not guilty. Mr. Price, do you have an attorney already?
Well, for the second one, it was connected with another case of what's it called? It was connected with the resisting arrest case.
Okay. All right.
So
But do you have a lawyer?
so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I want to continue this case, because if I go to court with that, with the resisting arrest down here in Bexar County, that right there, if that gets dismissed, it subsides, this ticket that I got.
Okay. All right. Well, for now, I'm going to go ahead and give you well, when do you have to be in court on that other charge?
Well, I got that's why I'm saying I got to speak with my lawyer, because we already had a date, and then it got reset, so we're waiting for another court date, because they're requesting videos from China Grove. She just waiting to get those videos from China Grove, and then I'll get my court date.
Okay. So you don't have a court date yet?
No, not a second court date yet.
Okay. All right. Clarissa, let's do this, Clarissa, but it may take longer. Let's go ahead and give him a 60-day reset.
Okay.
Okay. So we're
And
going to
then
reset those 2 cases for 60 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Price, you'll need to be able to pay for your deferred. So the judge has said that he can reset them for 30 days for you to pay the court costs on the deferred, and then you'll have through the end of your deferment to pay the balance.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mail you the reset for the ones you have for not guilty for your 60-day reset. I'll mail you a form stating that you're reset for those and the date that you're reset for. Then I'll also mail you a 30-day reset for the 2 you're getting deferred on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then
Okay.
that will show you the date you need to call us back and pay these, just the court costs for now, okay?
Yes, sir. The court 240 is 242, right?
It is, hold on. I thought it was 240. Let me just check. I showed 240.
Okay.
240
making sure.
totals. So in that 30-day period, by that 30, then before the end of the 30-day period, call us back and pay that 240, and that'll keep you from getting any other fees added onto these deferred charges, okay?
Yes, ma'am. And could you mail it to my to 754 Cairo Road, Athens, Texas?
Okay, you said 754, right?
Yes, Cairo Road, Athens,
Okay.
Texas.
All right,
Okay.
I've got it. Okay, Mr. Price.
Okay,
Okay, thank
Mr. Price, I'm going to go ahead and excuse you, sir. You can go ahead and log off.
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
All right, John Mead's not back yet, sir, so we're gonna move to,
Karen Rodriguez on page 2.
yes, sir. Karen, if you can unmute yourself, the judge is gonna, I think you
Okay.
already are. Okay.
Yes,
Good. Karen, you're on audio. Do you acknowledge taking the oath that I administered earlier?
yes,
Okay. Ms. Rodriguez, now you're under the age of 25. Now you have 1 citation for speeding, and it's alleged you were doing 69 in a 50. To that charge, how do you plead?
no contest,
Okay. And you also have a charge of an expired driver's license. How do you plead?
no contest.
Okay. Have you renewed your license, Ms. Rodriguez?
I am in the process of renewing it. I have to take my driver's test, but because of COVID, it's been really hard to get an appointment, but I'm still in the process of trying to get an appointment with them.
Okay, all right. So as of right now, it's still expired?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have you been able to get an appointment with them?
Not yet. I should be able to get it soon is what they told me, but they just told me to keep searching for an available location that can get it, where I will be able to get it soon.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do, because that's gonna be important in me being able to consider defensive driving or defensive driving. I'm gonna reset your case for 30 days. I'm sorry.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry, strike that. I'm gonna make it 60 days.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay? And then hopefully when you come back, you'll have your license.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, do we need anything from Ms. Rodriguez?
Ms. Rodriguez, are you at, still on 1604?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to reset form to that address, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you,
You too.
ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Mead, let's see, you were visiting with Lakeisha Williams, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, and let's see, we have Miss Williams, can you unmute your mute button?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, Mr. Mead, were you able to reach an agreement?
Well, we reached a plea bargain, but we can't do it today for money issues. So I'm going to like the record to reflect what my recommendation is,
Okay,
and then reset for 30 days so Ms. Williams can raise enough money to hopefully take care of most or all of the plea bargain.
okay. What is
On
the
the
agreement?
driver's license violation,
Mhm.
I'm recommending 60 days deferred fee of $320.
320?
$320, Your Honor.
Okay,
The insurance ticket, she has insurance now. I'm recommending 6 months deferred, $330, condition she maintain insurance during the probationary period. And on the window tint, it's been removed, so I'm going to recommend the court dismiss that. Take it into consideration.
okay. Miss Williams, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Ms. Williams, earlier I had administered an oath. Do you acknowledge taking that oath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and follow the plea bargain agreement. With regard to the driving while license is valid or suspended, how do you plead? Guilty, no contest. I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting some interference there. I got cut off.
Yes.
Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
Okay, and what about to the charge of failed to provide? What about to the charge of failed to provide?
No contest.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and with regard to the window tint, we're gonna go ahead and dismiss that. I'm actually gonna reset it to 30 days. So you can pay the court cost. Is that correct, Mr. Mead?
Well, as much as she can. It's probably going to be one or the other of the tickets. Maybe court costs on one and they pay the other one off, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Okay, Ms. Williams, so we're going to give you the 30 days to take care of that.
Okay, and that is for the 330, correct?
Well, no, that's for the most you can get. We'll divide it up however we can, but you should pay the court costs. My recommendation to you, Ms. Williams, is you pay the court cost on both and then take whatever you got left over and apply it to one or the other of them. My suggestion would be the license case, because that's the shorter probationary period.
Okay, gotcha. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Williams, do you have any other questions?
No, that's it.
Hey, Clarissa, do we need anything from Mrs. Williams?
Ms. Williams, are you still on loop 106?
No.
Okay, can you call one of those numbers I gave you earlier and give them a good mailing address for you so we can send your reset form to that address?
I provided that. They
Okay.
sent the last information to the new address.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, and I'll mail your form so you'll know when you have to call and pay by, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, you can log off. Thank you for appearing.
Thank you.
Okay, John Mead, we have somebody waiting to see you. Courtney Harrison. She's on the top of page 2. 3 violations. And John, you're on mute. And Courtney, you are as well. Y'all need to take yourself off mute, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, I hope John's still there.
I show him,
Doesn't show his picture anymore though, does it?
no,
Let me close this room because I don't want to send Courtney. We might have lost John.
I'm sorry, I just had an emergency come up.
There you go. Okay, as long as you're okay there.
Send me somewhere.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah, I mean, so I've got taken care of.
Okay, let me do that again. I think I sent you, there you are. Okay.
How did I get back? How did I
I'm
get
not real sure. I'm opening up a fresh room for you because I don't know what just happened. Okay, here we go.
Who's going with me?
You and Courtney Harrison. Courtney's on page 2 at the top. We have Oscar Hernandez. No, wait, we have.
Yes.
Theron.
yes, Oscar Hernandez. We still have Mrs.
Does
Harris.
Theron have multiples? Oh, no, he has multiples. I'm sorry. So it looks like we have Oscar Hernandez next, huh?
Clarissa, we have Ms. Hernandez still on. Ms. Harrison.
Ms. Harrison.
Ms. Harrison.
Oh, it says she's in there.
Well, I'm looking at her.
I'm seeing her
Yes,
too. I wonder who he's in there. There we go. Okay, so did it bring John? Let me see. John,
keep
was
saying
Courtney
failure.
in there? Courtney didn't show up in there? It shows her in there. That's crazy.
Unmute yourself, Mr. Mead.
I thought that was Courtney right there.
That is her.
Yes.
Did anybody go in there with you?
No?
It
It said
showed both of
failure
y'all in
to
there.
Look up.
Something's
Okay,
strange.
Courtney, I don't know if it asks you, do you want to join, but you might have to click something. Does it ask you if you
Yes.
need to join or anything?
It does, and I hit join, and then it says it fails, and it sends me back to main
Oh,
meeting.
darn. Okay, well, let's see if we can do this again. We're going to try it again. It's not sending Courtney. Oh, there she went, I think.
There we go.
Very good.
Okay, we're gonna do Oscar C. Hernandez. Okay, Mr. Hernandez, can you hear me, sir?
Oh, he's not muted.
Yes.
There he is.
Okay, good. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yes.
Mr. Hernandez, do you acknowledge
Okay.
the oath I administered earlier?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, Mr. Hernandez, you have a speeding citation. It's alleged you were doing 65 and a 50. To that charge, how do you plead?
No contest.
Okay, and you also have a charge of expired driver's license. How do you plead?
That one I do it guilty.
Guilty. Okay, have you renewed your license?
Not yet, sir. I'm in the process to do that.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Without a license, it kind of limits me as to what I can reset your case until you get your license. So it'll open the door for either defensive driving or deferred.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do that?
Can you repeat that?
Okay. What I'm saying is that since you don't have your license yet, since it's not renewed, it kind of ties my hands as to what I can do on your cases. The only thing I can do is assess a fine and order you to pay that. But if you ultimately want the speeding ticket dismissed, you're going to need a license to be able to take the defensive driving class or be considered for probation. So my question to you did you want to reset your cases or did you just want to pay these fines?
Is there any way I can get probation on the speeding?
Not without a license. That's why I want to give you a chance to get your license.
Uh-huh. And how much time would you give me to get the driver license?
Well, I'll give you, I mean, given the time, I can give you 60 days.
60 days?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I didn't want that speeding ticket going into my record. That's why I didn't want to.
And that's why we
And they told me,
get your license.
uh-huh. Because I had spoken to, I guess a secretary or something, and they said probably I could get that deferred, what is that?
Deferred disposition?
Yes, correct.
That's assuming your license is valid though.
Oh, okay. Because she didn't tell me
Probably
that.
why
so.
she told you to come to court, because when she saw that you didn't have your license, we can't do that. So you would have to come
Uh-huh.
and see if the judge could do anything like resetting it for you to get your license or something.
Okay, so do you want to do that, Mr. Hernandez?
So you would be giving me 60 days to do the driver license?
Yeah, well, to renew your license, yeah, but
Everybody
it's
speaks English.
expired.
Uh-huh. And okay, and what's gonna happen to the speeding ticket? I have to pay that?
No, when you come back, when you come back and if you have your license, then you can either do defensive driving or probation or deferred disposition.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'll be glad with 60 days
Okay,
to try to get my driver license back.
okay, Clarissa, so let's go ahead and reset Mr. Hernandez for 60 days.
Very good. Mr. Hernandez, are you still on San Ignacio?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. We will mail your reset form to that address, okay?
Okay, so I'll be expecting that in the mail.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Try to get an appointment with DPS to get that license done, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I will. How do I get an appointment?
I'm sorry?
How do I get an appointment with the DPS?
You gotta call them up.
Go to the DPS website. You can go to, I think it's www.texas.gov, G-O-V, and it's going to say, it'll take you to an appointment page. You have to click the driver's license tab or something, and then you have to click that you want to make an appointment for your driver's license.
Okay.
Because that's the only way they'll take you
All right.
there is through appointment only, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Okay, Mr.
All right.
You can log off, sir.
Okay, I can hang up. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's see, is John Mead back? Yes.
Well, no.
No?
His,
I saw him just a second ago. Oh, maybe that's just the audio of him.
yeah.
Okay, then, there he is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to deal with that problem again.
Okay.
Where am I going now? Oh, yeah, Courtney. That's right. Courtney's waiting on me.
Courtney, you're muted, and if you want to take yourself off mute.
So sorry.
This is the second time we talked. Courtney's going to need another reset, Judge. We got, the same deal everybody's having problems with is getting their driver's license.
Okay.
If you reset it for one last time, I would like for you to do it for 60 days.
Okay, so final for 60 days. Okay, Ms. Harrison, I'm going to go ahead and reset your cases for 60 days.
Okay, thank you.
All righty. Clarissa, do we need anything from Ms. Harrison?
Ms. Harrison, are you on French C Drive?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's where I'll mail your reset with the date, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. You're excused.
Thank you.
Okay, John Mead, how about going in with Lee Johnson? He's on page 4 at the top. Mr. Johnson, can you please unmute yourself so that you can go in a breakout room? Can you hear us, Mr. Johnson?
Hello?
Hello, we're gonna send you
Hello?
to, hi, Mr. Johnson, we're gonna
Yes.
send you,
Yes.
we're gonna send you to a room with our attorney, okay?
Okay.
Okay, just when it asks you to go to
Okay.
that room, you say yes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so then that brings us to Thomas Kyle Lacy.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Lissy, you're muted.
Okay, can you unmute yourself, Mr. Lacy?
Can you hear me?
There you go. We can hear you now. Mr. Lacy, do you acknowledge taking the oath that I administered earlier?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Mr. Lacy, you have a citation here for speeding, 75 and a 60. To that charge, sir, how do you plead?
No contest, Your Honor.
No contest. Okay, what did you want to do with your citation, sir?
Can I take defensive driving?
Sure, you can. Yeah, you're within the range there. Let me ask you 4 questions. Do you have a valid driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Okay, are you covered by insurance?
Yes.
Have you taken the class in the last 12 months to get a ticket dismissed?
No, I haven't.
Okay, and can you pay $144 today?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grant your request. And did you write down those numbers that Clarissa gave earlier?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Okay, Clarissa, you wanna give that to him?
Do you have something to write with, Thomas?
One second.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the number is 210-648-4923. And if for some reason that one you can't get through to, call 210-837-3704. And if you can call by 3:30, that would be great, okay?
Okay.
All right, then that's all I think we need.
Mr. Lacy, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you, sir. Thank you for appearing.
Okay. Thank you.
All right,
Bye-bye.
have a good day.
You
Thank
too. Bye-bye.
Okay, Judge, the last 3 people, we have Lee Johnson in the breakout room. Theron Kelly will be next to go into the breakout room. And then we have Juan Garcia. So those are our last 3 and they all need to speak with John Mead.
Okay, very good. And who's in there with Mr. Lee Johnson?
Lee Johnson. Up,
Okay.
and here we are.
Okay, in fact, Mr. Mead is back.
And Mr. Johnson's back.
I am back, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Mead, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
No, sir, I don't think Mr. Johnson needs my help. Looking at Mr. Johnson, if you look at page, I think it's page 4 at the top of the page, Your Honor.
Yes.
There are 4 violations for Lee Allen Johnson. Mr. Johnson, I was in there with, is 69 years old. If you look at the age of the defendant, on 3 of those tickets is 19 and 18 years old.
That is probably a typo. Because Mr.
Mr. Johnson says he's got 1 ticket, which is speeding, but he believes that those other 3 might be his son.
Oh, well, I have 1 ticket for Lee. I have the ticket here. And I have, okay, but I have 1 ticket with 1 driver's license number for 69-year-old Lee Allen Johnson
How
on
much?
Lakefront.
What's the ticket for?
Speeding
That's me.
with no listed speed.
That's him. But he
drive-
Hmm?
Drive on wrong side of the road, driving while license invalid, and open container is all listed on the same.
Okay, well, I just thought we might have the wrong Mr. Johnson.
No, and that's a typo on my part. I probably just got a little carried away copying and pasting with the 19-year-old. As he is not, I have him as
Okay,
69 on all of those.
okay,
And they're all in the same ticket, so it's
okay.
nicely.
Well,
Okay,
you can
so we need
understand
to
why I
go
might have got, you can understand why I might have wondered what was going on.
Exactly. I like to keep you on your toes.
Okay. Well, let's
Okay,
send
would
it
you like
back.
me to send you back in?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry, John.
Miss Clarissa,
Yes, sir.
is this somebody I can make a payment, set up a payment plan with you? That's what I wanted to do in the very beginning, but
Well, you're next. Do you want to talk to John Mead to see if there's something he can help you with first?
well, I know I'm guilty for the charges. I know that. So, can I just come see you every Friday?
It's up to the judge.
Okay.
How he wants to
You know,
handle it.
Mr. Kelly, and I don't have a problem in visiting with you, but I was hoping that if you talk to Mr. Mead, you might be able to work out a plea bargain that would reduce those amounts.
Okay, that's fine too then. Okay.
Yeah, because
You are next, and you've waited all this time. I'd hate for you to.
Well, I missed my original court date from the dyslexic thing. I wrote down the 24th instead of the 14th. That was my thing. Sorry about that. I have to watch myself with that. But I know there's probably an extra charge coming for that. So
No, there's not, sir.
thank you then.
No,
So
sir.
I'll wait to talk to him then.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice. A little late.
Okay, Mr. Mead. We'll just wait for Mr. Johnson. There he is.
There he is.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Mead, were y'all able to reach an agreement?
No, Your Honor, Mr. Johnson that says he's not guilty of any of these charges.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Johnson, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, Mr. Johnson,
Yes,
it's
sir.
my understanding, sir, that you wish to enter a plea of not guilty to all these charges. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Until I go to the court, till I go to court for the DWI. Because okay now, if I plead guilty, now the one with no driver's license, they got that down. Okay, I've been having the same problem as everybody else is, as far as going down to get my license. But you got to set up a appointment, and it's hard to get in touch with the DPS.
But Mr. Johnson, it's my understanding though that you want to plead not guilty to all these charges. Is that not correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you do want to plead not guilty. Okay. Now, did you want a trial in front of a
I want to plead not guilty.
jury?
Judge.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this plea of not guilty. I'm going to go ahead and set him down on a non-jury docket. Okay. Mr. Johnson, we'll be getting out
Yes, sir.
some paperwork out to you,
Okay.
giving you a court date. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Check his address.
Because
please.
I go to court. Yes, sir. I go to court. I go to court for the DWI January the 6th.
Okay. Clarissa, and we have nothing to do with that DWI, sir. As far as the court is concerned, we're going to set you
Okay.
a non-jury docket for these cases.
Okay.
Which we're looking at January, February to start knocking
Yes,
out
sir.
all the non-jury trials anyway. So it'll be close to that time anyway.
Okay, Mr.
Okay,
Johnson.
that'll be fine.
Okay, you can go ahead and log off and you'll be getting some paperwork
Yes,
from
sir.
the court.
Mr. Johnson, are you still on Lakefront?
Okay.
Do you still live on Lakefront,
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
Johnson?
ma'am, I am.
Okay, I'll mail your form to that address, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, great. I'll mail it.
Okay, that'll be fine.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You can disconnect now.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I have one person joining us. His name's John Cruz. He came to court here physically, and we just gave him the instructions to call in just now. He is on page 4 at the top.
Okay, I see him. Okay, well, let's go ahead and send Mr. Mead in with Mr. Kelly.
Okay.
I found him.
Very good. Okay, so you're going in with Darren Kelly right now, John.
Okay.
Can you still hear me?
We can hear you. Okay. And if you would like, we can talk to Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz, can you take your phone off of mute and you can speak with the judge?
Join the break room, yes?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Join
Okay.
the break room. Mhm.
There we go. Okay, Mr. Cruz, can you unmute yourself, sir? Can you unmute him, Clarissa?
I tried. I sent him a request. There we go.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Cruz.
I got it. I unmuted myself.
Okay, great. Mr. Cruz, you're under the age of 25, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's it, Mr. Cruz. I don't think you were here when I administered the oath, but can you raise your right hand? And do you swear the testimony you're about to give in this truth to be the whole truth and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Can you say that again? It's
Okay. Do
kind
you,
of static.
yeah, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this call will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I swear.
Okay, very good. Okay, Mr. Cruz, now you've been charged with the offense of speeding 92 in a 50. Now, if you enter a plea of, well, let me back up. How do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
Guilty.
Okay, all right. Now, before I accept your plea of guilty, I want to admonish you of certain rights that you have. Now, you have the right to remain silent. You don't have to plead guilty. And since you already did, I can pull it back. You have the right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. You have a right to cross-examine the state's witnesses, and you have the right to bring in witnesses. They'll testify on your behalf. Do you understand those rights, sir?
Yes.
Okay, now having understood those rights, do you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go accept your plea of guilty. And what did you want to do with your citation, sir?
I know there was a payment to be paid for the citation. Is there a way to do payments or to extend that amount, like for another day?
Yeah, we can do a time pay. What that basically would mean is that we would give you 30 days to pay it. If you don't pay it within 30 days, then you'll be making monthly payments of a minimum of $50 a month.
Okay.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and accept this plea of guilty. I'm gonna assess the fine of $319, and I'm gonna go ahead and put him on a time payment plan. Okay, Clarissa, do
Okay.
you need anything from Mr. Cruz?
Mr. Cruz, are you still in apartment 2107?
Yes.
Okay, I will send your payment plan form to that address. If you can sign it and return it to us, we can go ahead and get that taken care of for you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and
Thank you.
excuse you, Mr. Cruz.
Okay.
All right, sir, thank you.
You have a good day.
We have Mr. Mead, and Mr. Mead, you were talking to Mr. Kelly. Do we have Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, he's back.
Mr. Kelly, can you unmute yourself, sir?
Hello?
There you go.
Yeah.
Very good.
Mr.
Okay,
Kelly's
Mr.
got,
Mead, we're able to reach an agreement.
and now we've got an agreement, but Mr. Kelly's gonna need a reset to get his license issue taken care of. He's got a little bit unusual issue, which he should be able to get taken care of fairly easily. They sent us, he got his license, they sent it to his ex's address and she sent it back.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's not funny. That's cost me a lot of time and money. It's not funny.
So he just gotta find it, okay?
Tracking it down towards it.
Mr. Kelly, how much time do you think you need to get your license?
Well, I'm like everybody else, just make an appointment to get in there to ask about where my license physically could be is a thing. So, Mr. John,
Or
there
they could issue a brand new one. If they have a record, if it's lost, they'll give you another one.
well, that's probably the quickest. Well, so you getting a time set for that too would be the thing. So give me the 90
Okay, so
days.
you give
Whatever.
them 60 days, Jed?
Yes, sir.
60 days. I'll go ahead and authorize the 60 days.
Thank you.
That's the first time I heard that story about your ex sending the license back.
Well, the one thing she didn't send me was the hospital bill that I had to get an ambulance ride to the hospital. She did send me that one. It's not funny. She's, after 27 years, you think you know somebody.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna go and reset you for 60 days, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. You can log off.
Mr. Kelly, do we have a good address for you? Are you on Schley?
No, that's the one we don't want to send things to.
Okay, let me do it. Have you given us your?
Keep one right now. I can give you my work address.
Okay, why don't you call our office
Okay.
and give us a good address so I can send this reset to you today, okay?
What's this 3:30 thing? Y'all close at 3:30 today or something? Or
Yeah, just about.
okay.
You're good till about 4, but I didn't want to tell everybody that because then they'll all call at 3 till 4.
I'll call
So
you back.
it's only 2:29 right now. So if you can give us a call as soon as you can, the sooner you call, the sooner we get to wrap stuff up. So
Busy, so I'll give you a few minutes. Okay.
John Mead's getting tired, so we got to wrap it up.
You made it laugh. All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Mr. Kelly, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Okay, Clarissa, we can put Mr. Garcia. Mr.
Okay, you ready, John? It's your last one.
Mr. Garcia, where is Mr. Garcia?
Mr. Garcia is on page 2 in the middle. Mr. Garcia, if you can please unmute yourself, we'll send you to the breakout room. You're our last person for the day, I think. You there, Mr. Garcia?
Looks like he's there.
Yeah, I'm
Mr.
gonna send
Garcia.
him a request to unmute himself. Let's see if he sees it. He might have fallen asleep. Mr. Garcia, Juan Garcia? Need you to unmute your phone. Juan Garcia.
There we go.
There
Right
you
there?
go, sir. We're gonna send you to a breakout
Okay.
room, okay?
By the way, I did follow.
Did you hear him, Judge?
Yeah, I sure did.
I did fall asleep. I know, it's a long week for these people. Judge, we have one of the people that you approved for driving safety, Thomas Kyle Lissy.
Yes.
He is presenting insurance, a company insurance from Toyota, where he's Toyota? Oh, Toyota Motor North America. I guess he works for Toyota and they have him on a blanket policy to drive their fleet vehicles, but set something like that for a driving safety course.
Well, I'm just wondering if that policy would cover his personal vehicle. Okay, we got Mr. Mead back.
He's not even listed on it. It's just a blanket coverage for everyone. Should we ask him to
Yes. We need to ask him if
covers his
driving his
personal
personal.
vehicle?
Mr. Garcia is back too.
Okay, that was quick.
That's coming in.
This is, yeah, well, this is Mr. Garcia's second trip here. And
Okay,
he needs another reset.
okay, how much time?
Let's give him the 60 days again, Judge. You know, when these people come back, I hate to keep coming and getting more resets. I'd rather them have their issues taken care of so we can deal.
Okay, all right, I'm good with 60 days. Mr. Garcia, we're gonna go ahead and reset your case for 60 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Clarissa, do we have?
Thank you.
Do we need anything from Mr. Garcia?
Mr. Garcia, are you on Borchers Drive?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll send you a reset to that address.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, well, that was the last one. The court's in adjourn, will adjourn.
So can I go ahead and, you can disconnect now, Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, Mr.
All
Garcia.
right, ma'am. You'll have a